What's interesting about George Washington, and most of you probably do not know this, was that he was not just the father of our country. He was also the father of the first septuplets born in the United States. Martha Washington gave birth to 7 children on October 5th, 1762. 5 of them were very badly behaved, and so were sold into white slavery. The remaining 2, Maxwell and Hortense, died tragically in the Potomac while trying to rescue their father's wooden teeth, which had fallen out of his mouth while he was beating a seagull with a canoe paddle. Now, for those of you just joining the group, my name is Maggie, and today happens to be my very last day at Mount Rushmore National Memorial. There have been some cutbacks at the National Park Service, and I have been let go, which I think is such a huge loss for tourists like yourselves who are so hungry for history, because I am what they call in the industry a font of knowledge. Now, if you look to the right, you'll see that the next head belongs to Thomas Jefferson, and most of you would be surprised to learn this, but he was born without any skin from the neck down. He spent his childhood in and out of hospitals because of his susceptibility to disease, with the exposed muscle and sinew and whatnot. That is until 1772, when his very good friend Benjamin Franklin fashioned together this crude epidermis made out of sheep splatters and carpenter's glue held together with pewter hooks, fashioned in Paul Revere's silver shop. Paul Revere, as you may have heard, was a smithy, which is one of my favorite words. He was also a eunuch, which was not very common in the 1700s, though there were a few. Sam Adams was also a eunuch, as was Nathan Hale, who I heard had a wonderful singing voice. Now, I'm sure that's not anything you've learned on any of your other tours today. Isn't that so interesting? Oh, and by the way, if you happen to have a question, I encourage you to raise your hand and then shove it right up your ass. That's just the kind of mood I'm in. I see that I'm losing some of you. You know what? That's all right. That's okay. It's a lot more intimate this way, isn't it? And I happen to be very comfortable with intimacy, unlike a certain Victor Collins, my direct supervisor here at the National Park Service, and my former lover. He's the man responsible for my layoff today, as well as my monthly herpes outbreak.